Rogers TV, Warden Alliston.
Hello everyone, this is Councillor Steve Anderson. I'm currently running for the office of Deputy Mayor for the town of Shelburne. The role of Deputy Mayor is an important one because on one hand it requires one to be able to work with and support the Mayor on council, and on the other hand it requires one to be able to step up and take on leadership responsibilities when they become available. I'm proud to say that when it comes to our current Mayor-elect that we have a mutual trust, we have a mutual respect, and a shared vision as to how we see the town of Shelburne moving forward into the future. And I firmly believe on the strength of that relationship, all of our residents will benefit. During my time on council, I've had a number of occasions to step in for our mayor and deputy mayor, attending events such as the 80th anniversary celebration for the Shelburne Rotary Club. I also had the opportunity to attend the 100th birthday celebration for Phyllis Montague at the Shelburne Long-Term Care and Facility. And I also had the opportunity to step in for MPP Sylvia Jones, laying the provincial wreath for our veterans on Remembrance Day. When it comes to my platform, I'm happy to say that it's been shaped after listening to many of you. My vision for Shelburne includes finding every way to keep our first responders right here in town. It also includes finding additional recreational opportunities to engage our youth and our seniors. And I'll continue to work with our corporate community partners to bring that to a reality. On the issue of housing, I will continue to advocate for seniors for affordable and accessible housing. When it comes to healthcare, I'll continue to push to ensure that our residents have increased access to medical equipment, facilities, and programming right here in the town of Shelburne, and I will continue to work with Headwaters President and CEO Stacey Dobb to bring that to fruition. Following our recent discussions, she's agreed to conduct a town hall right here in Shelburne to give our residents an opportunity to have their voices heard, and she will have the opportunity to share her vision as well. When it comes to job creation, I'll work with the Economic Development Committee in bringing new industry right here to the town of Shelburne. And on the issue of transit, I will continue to work with our MPP Sylvia Jones to ensure that that happens. To find out more information about me and my platform, I encourage you to visit me at www.shelburnestronger.com. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your support, and I look forward to your vote on October 22nd. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dan Sample, and I'm running for Deputy Mayor. I have lived in the Dufferin County for most of my life, settling in Shelburne in 2012 with my wife and kids. I feel, as you probably do too, that this is a great community to raise our children. I'm retired from Honda after a successful 30-year career. I quickly moved up the ladder from team leader to production coordinator to eventually leading projects to standardized plants throughout North America. During this time, I've acquired skills that help in my position on town council. Leadership training, effective listening, analytical problem solving, just to name a few. I'm a hard worker, quick thinker, and a factual decision maker. I'm grateful and humbled to be elected 4 years ago, and I'm proud of the work we have accomplished, but I don't think we are finished yet. We still have more to do. We're in this together. A very close friend of mine and mentor, Councillor Tom Egan, told me after I was elected, the key to being a great councillor was always listening to the people, and I've stayed true to that, making myself available. I'm very involved in the community. I have chaired many committees and boards: Centre Dufferin Recreational Complex, Street Festival, Canada Day, Hometown Heroes, Heritage Music Festival, just to name a few. I've also volunteered in the community. Executive board member of the Shelburne Soccer Club, Shelburne Minor Ball, president of the Shelburne Curling Club, a Legion member, executive board member of the Shelburne Kinsman Club. I've worked closely with the town on the advanced green at 89 and 124, which has been approved. Suggested to council that we install new signs in the town parks. The new lights at Fiddle Park and Highway 10, I had the timing adjusted to accommodate better traffic flow. There's been much more. I will continue to work on improving infrastructure, sewage, waters, roads, traffic safety, town services, police, fire, transit, addressing public concerns, and ensuring developers take into consideration not only the aging population, but also our new residents. With the development already scheduled, the town should reach 10,000 in the next 4 years. We are told this is the magic number that will bring the commercial buildings to Shelburne because their businesses are sustainable. More convenient shopping and more jobs are on their way. As Deputy Mayor, we need a voice at the county level, and with the knowledge I've gathered over the last 4 years as councillor, I can use this to bring our voice there. Shelburne can be heard. I hope for your vote as Deputy Mayor and continue to serve our community with integrity and transparency. We're in this together. You can contact me at 519-216-5067. I hope for your vote as Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
One of the greatest rights we have in Canada is to have your say. In Ontario, this right is one of the pillars that ensures democracy in our local municipal and school board elections. It gives you the freedom of choice and a voice to your opinions in choosing the municipal and school board representatives in your community. If you are at least 18 years of age, a Canadian citizen, and a resident of or own property in Ontario, you can participate in your local municipal and school board elections this fall. One way to make this process more efficient is to verify that your name is on the preliminary list of electors used to prepare the voters list for Election Day. You can confirm or update your information conveniently at voterlookup.ca. The process is just 3 simple steps and should only take you a few minutes to complete. First, fill in your personal details. Next, select the options that best describe your situation. The system will confirm your elector status and/or prompt you for additional information if required. And finally, verify and save your information. It's as simple as that. So remember, have your say. Log on today.
We are on the 9-mile portage that runs between Barrie and Nottawasaga River. Here, it's in such a rural, remote area that other than the train going by, you would think it's almost 200 years ago here. It's just a real feeling coming here. You get to really feel what it was like 200 years ago to be out here. This was the frontier back then. Like, this was the middle of nowhere. We find it a great way to teach the younger people. They seem to have more of an interest when there's the color and the muskets and the hands-on activities.
For over a decade, Wasaga Beach has been offering a reenactment called Wasaga Under Siege, and it's an opportunity for people to come and see what life would be like in the early 1800s. One of the reasons this location is unique for a reenactment is that it takes place on an island that was actually formed by the sinking of the British ship, the Nancy. And that is one of the largest and most significant artifacts that still remain today from the War of 1812.
My name is Mikhail Archer. I am a first-time candidate for Shelburne's Town Council. My campaign, On Target for Shelburne, focuses on 8 pillars of community wellness. Some of these pillars are financial, social, and occupational. It is my firm belief that this will address some of our town's concerns such as accessibility, downtown congestion, and support for our local businesses. For more information, I encourage you to visit my website, ontargetforshelburne.ca. My background in healthcare, finance, and logistics will be an asset when making paramount decisions in council. My name is Mikhail Archer, and on October 22nd, I am asking for your vote to remain on target for Shelburne.
My name is Walter Bernardo. I grew up in Melanchthon on a dairy farm. I went to school in a one-room classroom there, and then went to Centennial Highlands and Centre Dufferin High School here in town. My family and I have lived in this town for the last 35 years. In the past, I've been involved with baseball as an umpire, hockey as a coach and president, lacrosse, the executive and coach, baseball coach, umpire, Highland Heights Parent Council, and Centre Dufferin High School as on the Parent Council as a co-chair and on the library board. I've been on council for the last 19 years. In the past, I've served on the Budget Committee, the HR Committee, the Chamber of Commerce. And currently, as well as in the past, I'm serving on the Provincial Offences Committee, Centre Dufferin Recreation Complex, Nottawasaga Valley Conservation Authority, Accessibility, Dufferin Board of Trade, the Economic Development Committee, and the Fire Board. Now, this is my platform, which I hope you will elect me for in the next 4 years. We need more events in Fiddle Park. We need to hire a person to bring and coordinate those events into the park. And we don't need to pay her as a staff person. We need to hire her under commission. That way there's a reason for what she's doing. Accessibility is another big issue on my plate and has been for years. We need more housing for our seniors and those with accessibility needs, whether it's a condo, a universal home, a home that they can use, or whether they live young and old. We need more bus transportation for them, especially the seniors, so that they can shop in the east end of town. As well as our seniors and young adults, there are a need for more park recreational for them. It can be an example such as basketball, tennis, lawn bowling, bocce balls, horseshoes, and we need more trails and markers and signage in those parks. Infrastructure. We need to manage what we have, not what we currently have, but we need to add as well. We have a town fire hall that's 30 years old, an arena that's 40 years old, and just to keep up and modernize them, that is a cost that's going to be hard to manage in the next few years. Growth. We need to manage our residential growth. It needs to go where it connects to communities. It needs to be walkable, and we also need more industry, more commercial, more jobs in our community. And finally, we need a truck bypass. With every 17 seconds a truck going through the town, it is difficult for anything in the town, especially the downtown core, to have it happen. So we need to have something that we can get those trucks out of town. We've had about 15 years of meeting with the ministry and trying and attempting to have that done, and if I'm re-elected, that is something I would like to go back down to the ministry and retry with them one more time. To learn more about me, visit my website, walterbernardo.ca, or look me up on Facebook under Walter Bernardo.
I'm Linda Buffett, and I'm running for Town Council. I've lived in Shelburne for over 20 years, and I've been a long-serving member of the Rotary Club of Shelburne. I've also served on town-appointed committees for the town for a number of years. I work in downtown Shelburne as a real estate agent for Royal LePage RCR Realty. And now I would like to talk about what I believe are the important issues facing everyone today. You've probably heard the saying before, growth pays for growth. But my experience as a former municipal councillor in a much larger community tells a very different story. Shelburne's rapid growth certainly hasn't paid for itself. Instead, we are now dealing with major financial constraints to our town's existing infrastructure. So, how we manage these challenges, along with issues such as policing, will either be the key to our success or failure as a town. I believe we have a short window of opportunity to get this right. And to do this effectively, I'm hoping you as a taxpayer will choose a candidate for council who has had experience with these very same growth-related issues. My experience is what I can bring to the table, but I can only do this with your vote of support. I believe we need to hit the pause button for a moment and begin to rethink our priorities as a town by establishing a new strategic plan, one that includes receiving input from our residents during this process. I believe that to achieve the best for our residents, council must take a leadership role to do the following. Number one, focus more attention on attracting new commercial industrial development. This is essential to our town's financial success, and it needs to improve significantly. Number two, provide more recreational services geared to enhance our quality of life. And number three, encourage redevelopment within the downtown core to provide affordable housing alternatives that can utilize not only our existing infrastructure, but also be geared to complement our town's heritage, allowing us to begin investing tax dollars wisely to create a vibrant, successful downtown, just like so many other municipalities have done. This will attract all the passing dollars that drive through our town every day. So, if you share these goals, I will need your support to represent you effectively so that we can begin this process together.
Hello, my name is Althea Casamento. I'm pleased to announce my candidacy for the position of Shelburne Town Councillor. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm a mom of two, an entrepreneur here in town, and a member of the Dufferin Board of Trade. My professional background is very diverse. I've studied business, human resources, and photography. I'm someone who loves being involved in this community. I've spearheaded and assisted on many fundraising initiatives geared towards some of our much needed programs and services. I also participate on community events and community committees. I've brought forth proposals to our current council on items that matter to us as a community, and I also follow and attend council meetings. Shelburne has seen tremendous growth over the past few years. We're at a pivotal point right now. We need a council that will be representative of us as a community to be our voice. We need to update our standards, strategies, and approaches. As councillor, I will ensure that your concerns are being tabled for discussion, and I will work with the other council members to do what is best for our community. This is our town, and if you vote for me, I will be your voice on topics that impact us as a community. Topics such as supporting local businesses and entrepreneurs, job creation, managing growth, support for heritage and cultural-based programs and celebrations, recreational facilities and programs for our community, and supporting school programs and initiatives. If you have any questions or would like to know more about my platform, please feel free to visit my website and contact me. My website is altheacasamento.wixsite.com/connectingcommunity. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to meeting each one of you and discussing your concerns during my campaign process.
Stephen Leacock's 1928 summer house here on the shores of Lake Couchiching in Orillia is a step back in time. The house was built in 1928. It's furnished with the furniture that he had, but especially with many of the books that he owned during his time. You get a real glimpse of how a very creative writer and academic lived from the time that he first came here in 1908 up until his death in 1944. One of the most vibrant and endearing legacies of Stephen Leacock and his time here in Orillia is his wonderful sense and love of hospitality, of ideas, and of discourse. And this is continued today with his current day legacy, which builds on all of those elements. One of the high points of our summer offerings has been the Leacock Summer Festival, and especially its Children's Day. It's an opportunity for children to run free on the grounds here of our 10-acre property. We've had an excellent time showcasing different aspects of our literary heritage. We've had special days, always with a literary theme, but always with lots of games, activities, prizes, food, and fun.
Hi, I'm Kyle Fegan, and I'm running for Shelburne Town Council this coming election, October 22nd, 2018. I've been a resident of this town for nearly 10 years, and in that time I've watched the changes and the growth that we have experienced. The past few years I've become very involved with our community, serving on many committees, organizations, and initiatives to help the betterment of this wonderful town of ours. I operate two businesses in Shelburne. The first one is Impact Creative, an advertising marketing agency that's been in operation for the last 12 years. This year I've just opened up Impact Martial Arts, which is a judo dojo based out of the Trainer Games Fitness Center as well. We as a town are right now at a pivotal crossroads. We are ranked as the fastest growing community in Ontario and have experienced significant growth in our population the last few years. Growth is important to a town, but it's also important for us to grow our infrastructure and our industrial and commercial sectors at the same rate as our population. At this point, it's imperative that we now focus on targeting businesses and corporations to bring in retail opportunities and jobs to sustain this ever-growing population we have. As a father of 3 young boys and the head instructor of the judo dojo, I also have a big heart for our youth. We need to look at ways that we can engage our youth and get them involved. We need to give them things to do in our town. I'd like to see more events and programs run out of Fiddle Park. This was a big hot topic for much of the town when the potential for its sale came and was made public. The people of this town made it clear in no uncertain terms that this park and green space is a very valued and underutilized amenity that we have. That park has a huge potential to be a real tourism draw for our town. We need to use it more fully. In regards to our services and infrastructure, I am concerned with our population growth. I know that our water treatment facilities have been approved by our building department to be able to handle the new subdivisions that are under construction. But how close to capacity are we really? There's also been a lot of talk around the Shelburne Police Department. Do we build a new building, or do we entertain the thought about adopting the OPP? Our Shelburne Fire Department hasn't been upgraded in a long time either. All of these services are essential for the growth and well-being of our town, and we need to ensure that we are maintaining these services to support the growth they need as well. The next 4 years will determine the landscape and the vision of how Shelburne will look, not only in the next few years, but many years down the road as well. The decisions that will be made will not be easy decisions, and we have a lot of work ahead of us that we will need all of us working together. But I do feel that the future is promising. I do feel that we have many opportunities before us that, if navigated wisely, will not only benefit, but will prosper our wonderful town. I look forward to the opportunity to serve this community in a greater capacity, and with your vote, I hope to serve you all well.
My name is Len Gashardi, and I'm seeking a position on council for the town of Shelburne. I was born, raised, and educated here, and for the past 20 years I've been a teacher at our local high school. I know this community. Our town's growing. By 2020, we're going to be a population of over 10,000. We need to maintain and expand our infrastructure to support such growth. Our Shelburne police, fire, and emergency service workers are doing a great job, and at no time will I support any motions to contract those services out. Shelburne desperately needs a bypass. We could use a multi-purpose rec center, and we need to develop our downtown core so we can encourage more business and host a wide range of community events. If elected, you have my commitment to the following: I'll be accessible to everyone in Shelburne. I'll be a strong voice on council for your concerns. And I'll be transparent and accountable when dealing with all the service clubs and other community stakeholders. I'm Len Gashardi. I'm seeking your support and asking for your vote. I encourage everyone to get out and vote, and I thank you for your time.
Hello everyone. My name is James Hodder. I'm a resident of Shelburne. I've lived here for eight years almost. I live in a condominium. I've been on the board, so I know what it's like to attend meetings regularly and participate. I've been to town council meetings as well, and I thought, you know, it's time for me to join in. So I'm hoping that you will consider my chance to run as a councillor. I have a few ideas about where we might go in the next 4 years. We've got a sewage treatment plant that needs to be upgraded. We have a water treatment plant that may need upgrades. Our Shelburne Police Service is an issue that I think people want to have resolved in the next 4 years, and including the police station. It's not big enough, I'm told, so we need to look at what we can do about expanding the space for the police and make sure that it comes up to the proper standards that are applied to police stations these days. I'm hoping that you will vote for me. I'm going to knock on doors throughout the September and October. I hope to meet you personally. We can talk and you can get to know me personally. But at this point in time, all I can say to you is that I'm eager to be your counselor. I promise to be honest, transparent, accountable, and approachable. So thank you very much.
The following program is brought to you by Rogers Anyplace TV. Enjoy exclusive content for free. Visit RogersAnyplaceTV.com.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media. This is Rogers TV. Borden, Alliston.
Bladder cancer. It's the 5th most common cancer in Canada. The main warning sign of bladder cancer is blood in the urine. So if you see red, see your doctor. Finding a cure for bladder cancer won't be a walk in the park, but it's a great place to start. Please show your support and register for the Bladder Cancer Canada Awareness Walk at bccwalk.ca.
This is Rogers TV. Borden, Alliston.